Runaway Train by Lena Shiro. Chapter 1. Have you ever met a woman so beautiful that the first thing that comes to mind is a flower? It doesn't make sense, does it? Oh God, let me start over. January 12th, 1900. My name is Hal Emmerich, and this is, if my memory does not play tricks on me, the fourth notebook I've had since I left St. Denis. I'm not saying I don't write. I have a huge amount of notebooks filled with notes about medicine, composition, and illustrations of flowers and herbs, but those pages are not mine. They're not meant to speak about me, and at this point, if I don't write, I'll go mad. Belle and Daisy, my mares, two of them, so they can pull the wagon, are very good listeners, but very bad advisors. And David, my only friend, I haven't seen the tip of his nose for a couple of months. He's surely in jail. If that's the case, I'll find out somehow. I'm getting off topic. I am convinced that I grow more blind by the day from reading at night by candlelight, and my hands are worn from rummaging through plants, fungi, and logs, trying to understand their forms and functions. In short, my life has been quite limited to my files and my research. Aside from that, I roam all over New Hanover and New Austin, from town to town, trying to survive, hoping not to get into trouble and avoiding the people who think I'm a charlatan. I graduated from medical school at 21, and they took my license away a year ago. All because of those charlatans who put on medical shows as if things were magic. Yes, of course, I've also sold minor infusions, perfumes, and a couple of placebos. Making money is difficult for everyone, and I won't refuse if a grandma insists that chamomile infusion cures her cold. It's so complicated to rise above people's prejudice. 2 days ago, I passed by McFarland's ranch to offer restocking of tonics, and since I needed to continue on toward West Elizabeth, I decided to pass through Blackwater. That place is in constant change, and every time I come, something new is being built. And fortunately for me, the doctor hasn't settled. That gives me the opportunity to sell at the market that sets up in the mornings near the church. And so, after opening and meticulously arranging my tonics and other products, I saw her. I've seen her the last 2 times I've set foot in these lands. Young, a face that always wears a warm smile, brown eyes like the earth beneath our feet, hair with the same color, beautifully pinned up, sheltered beneath an elegant hat with a large blue bow. Someone told me that you can find her at the ostentatious hotel, the one at the corner. Nervously, I focused on my tasks. I saw her and my stomach turned. No, not in a bad way. And that frightened me. She was always well dressed, carrying a lovely wicker basket. Oh, when I saw her coming toward the cart, there was nowhere to hide. That was the moment I breathed and composed myself, straightening my old jacket and adopting the role of what I am, an apothecary. Just another vendor amid the bustle of the market. It was difficult. It cost me like 1,000 demons to get back to my things. I breathed hard. At one point, I even begged on my mind for her to leave. But she was completely focused, searching, reading the labels. "Are you looking for something, miss?" I hurried to ask her. "Yes," she replied. "I'm looking for cold medicine. I need it for the hotel. Sometimes the guests ask for it." It gives me chills to remember her voice. Soft, unhurried. Of course, I replied, and gave her a bottle of the new infusion I was selling. Cold relief syrup. Eucalyptus, honey, and anise. The brown gleam of the bottle seemed to captivate her eyes. I extended it delicately toward her hands, feeling my glasses slip from my nose from sheer nerves. Slowly, her fingers brushed mine before she placed the bottle inside her basket. Dear God! A rush of heat invaded my body. I felt as though my skin, the apothecary's skin, was melting away, and my clumsy inner self didn't know how to keep the act. I was about to open my big mouth and blurt out the courage to make her leave, but she interrupted me first. By any chance, do you have something for... I saw her nervous, her brow furrowed. She moved slowly, her skirt fluttering in the breeze. She caught me off guard. I only ever see people this nervous when they believe they have some strange illness. Yes? The question escaped my lips faster than it should have. Her distress was beyond my understanding. When you see women with such fine bearing and position, you cannot comprehend what sort of problems arise within the aristocracy. Or at least within someone who does not live in the slums. Do you have something for a wounded heart? Heart trouble? Abnormal palpitations? Anguish? Restlessness? My thin, long lips parted in a restrained sigh, fearful of asking more questions and stepping into matters that should not concern me. Thank God the mind is faster than the tongue, because my notes appeared clearly in my head at that moment, searching for the information I needed. Yes, I do. I have something here. She gave me space to move among the bottles, my eyes working as fast as I can, until they landed on one of them. Passion flower. It has a calming effect. I also have oat extract. That should help as a sedative. I could also suggest eating lettuce before sleeping. Gently, she took the medicine and, with a subtle motion, placed it inside her basket. Without realizing it, I found myself staring at both bottles together, wondering whether the second was for her, until her melodious voice pulled me from my trance. How much for everything? $5. And hidden inside her sleeve, she pulled out a rolled bill. I received it carefully, smoothing it out. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, Mr. Emmerich. I lifted my gaze from the bill to her face, with a subtle protest at her formality, but it was too late. I only managed to glimpse her smile as she turned away, disappearing into the market.